Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to another video of Football Moshla, and I am your host, Qazi Adil. I have with me our Real Madrid supporter and my co-host, Fardan Ahmed.
Right here,
Eh,
right now.
He's wearing the Real Madrid colors, even though he's not wearing the jersey. This video is all about if Luka Modric deserved that ending or he deserved a better ending. And I will not waste any more time. I'm just going to go straight to Fardan and ask him this question. Fardan, Luka Modric's last game for Real Madrid was against PSG. He lost 4-0. He came on as a sub. Doesn't from my point of view, I think he deserved a better ending than this, a better farewell. What do you say?
For sure, for sure. Like, for example, even if you're not a Real Madrid supporter, if you're a football fan, you have seen Modric, Croatia colors, Tottenham Hotspur, coming to Madrid, scrawny little kid, but he was a magician in the middle. Beside Kroos, we saw his prime, we saw his contribution. 28 titles across his Madrid career, 597 appearances, and that's how he gets sent off. I mean, that was very hurtful. So, I was so devastated, first of all, with the PSG thing. Although I kept telling everybody, all my friends, that Real Madrid have no chance whatsoever in PSG. And even though in my mind I'm like, Ala Madrid, Ala Madrid, Ala Madrid, but I knew that PSG would trash us. And this was a perfect example of how good PSG is. Like I could do an entire podcast about just PSG. But since we're talking about Modric, I'm going to stick to Modric and Real Madrid. Is that it was very heartbreaking to see him go like that. Him coming on as a sub, barely able to cope up with the tempo of PSG. Madrid was very disoriented. Maybe you cannot blame the heat. A lot of people were like, "Oh, the heat, and New Jersey heat." No way. The New Jersey heat is nothing compared to how incapable Real Madrid was about how bad they were. They were very clueless. They didn't have any tempo. When they had the ball, they were not fast. But PSG, they were almost like AI, like uh, passing AI, like knowledge about the game.
PlayStation football, PlayStation FIFA.
Exactly. It was really like PlayStation, Xbox, the you name it, Pro Evolution Soccer, the way you want to say it. Like they were really, really up there. Whether you talked about Donnarumma or how good was Vitinha, how good was how did I forget his name?
Jao Neves,
Wow,
Dembele.
Neves. Yeah, wow, Neves. Oh my goodness, he was good. Dembele definitely. I think that he deserves the Ballon d'Or.
What
Like
about
it's
this guy, Varashkelia?
Varsh,
Kicha?
Kucha,
Kicha?
Varshkelia.
Varashkelia.
He was exquisite. A couple of my friends went to watch the game, and they said Varshkelia was a treat to watch. Like he was amazing to watch in person. Due. And again, as you see, I started talking about Modric, but I cannot stop talking about PSG. That's how good they are. And
Yeah.
definitely, I want to dedicate a podcast to PSG, their evolution, especially after the winter transfer window. But
Mhm.
we'll do that. But speaking of Modric, as a Madrid fan, very heartbroken. I really felt like he deserved a better send off. We're not going to see him in Madrid colors anymore. And I don't know. It was just it was not even a mixed feeling. It was just total heartbreak to see him go out like that.
Yeah, I mean, in my point of view, is that he should have retired when Cruz, or he should have left Madrid when Cruz actually left, right? So that's when Madrid were at the peak. They won the Champions League. Ancelotti was the darling. The Vinny Junior was having a blast. Modric should have ended it when Cruz left because I think for some, I think the Modric, Cruz, and Casemiro combination, even though it was not, they didn't get the recognition it deserved. Now I think the Real Madrid fans are seeing that that was a very solid foundation. That's why they kept on playing for a long time, even though they had other midfield players at that time. Even
Exactly.
Kovacic was there. He left for Chelsea because he's like, okay, I'm not breaking into this midfield anytime soon. So I think when Cruz retired, I think Modric should have ended his Real Madrid thing. That would have been
Yeah.
peak Modric. They would have remembered him like they're remembering Cruz right now, instead of instead of like remembering, oh, Modric played in this New York or New Jersey Heat, American Heat, and then he
Right.
couldn't do anything and lost 4-0 to PSG. I think. By the way, Modric is actually going to AC Milan. That's going to be announced soon.
Oh yeah, he's
He
definitely
signed
going
his
to AC Milan. Yeah.
he signed his contract. Italian league will be better, but he's almost what 40 years old. Slow paced. I think he might revitalize that Milan team, which needs some quality in the middle. But I think, I think this has been one of the saddest part of the Madrid situation, that Luka Modric deserves a better. Um, he deserves a better sending off, and we can wrap up with the 3-5-2 formation with Javi Alonso and Real Madrid. What's the state, Fardan? I'll just wrap it up with that. I'll hand it over to you.
No, I feel like this. He said after the loss to PSG that we learned a lot of things. Now, I really hope, like this. First of all, this is not the platform where you learn, right? But some of the Madrid fans are giving him the benefit of doubt that okay, you're a new manager, you came to a big platform. We don't blame you, right? Okay, you played with Leverkusen, you played a couple of Champions League matches, you played against Bayern Munich, but when you go up against a really elite team like PSG, maybe Alonso has not faced something like that. So with 3-5-2, I really hope that he doesn't do it. He doesn't go ahead with it because the La Liga, he will be assaulted left, right, and center. He should go to the traditional 4-4.
I think he in this Club World Cup he actually played with 4-3-3, and he rotated between 4-3-3 and mixed it up with 3-5-2 against PSG. I think he started off as a 3-5-2, then he converted back to a 4-3-3, which.
That and also benefit of doubt has to go to the we missed Houston and Trent Alexander-Arnold,
Mhm.
so we didn't have that. So that was heavily a big loss coming into that game. Houston's red card against Dortmund at the last second was definitely something we didn't need. But then again, um, 3-5-2 will not work.
And two individual mistakes of Rudiger and Asensio, right?
Oh my God! All within the first 10 minutes,
Yeah.
it was
So
insane.
hard to recover from that against a
No
fluid
way! It was just I
PSG
had to
team.
watch the game like this. I couldn't. I had. I was. I couldn't even sit up. It was so frustrating to watch all these mistakes. And Rudiger and Asensio. Asensio, a lot of people are so angry at him. They want him to leave the club. But Rudiger, I know that you have to give him the benefit of doubt. Even Van Dijk and them, they make mistakes every now and then. So it's okay. But Asensio's one was.
Well, Rudiger, I think he just had a knee injury, and he had a knee operation, knee surgery, and then he came back too early. I think he should have taken this summer off, and then should have come back for towards the start of the next season.
Yeah,
But
absolutely. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
but yeah, so that's the thing. Real Madrid are in transition. It's going to be an interesting season. We're going to have a lot of content on that.
For
Um,
sure. Yeah.
and I just going to leave it like this is for food for thought. Luis Enrique said quite a few while ago that when he sold Mbappe, that I want four players to score 12 goals or something along those lines instead of one player scoring 40 goals. I want four players to score 12 or more goals instead of one player scoring 40 goals.
Wow.
And Mbappe scored something around those lines, 40 goals for Madrid last season, but
He did. Yes.
the team struggled. So is Mbappe the problem?
At this point, it does feel like it.
Well, we'll leave it at that.
We'll leave it.
All right, thank you so much for watching, ladies and gents. We'll see you guys in the next video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you disliked it, give it a thumbs down twice. And we'll see. That means we'll see you guys in the next video. Please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, this is Qazi Adil and
Fardan.
signing out. Take care.